Hey guys, it's Matt. Welcome back to today's video. Today's video is gonna be a story time, and it's gonna be well, it just proves how much I can do horribly wrong by myself, if that makes sense. Like, what I am capable of when I am not being watched or monitored. If you leave me alone for like 5 minutes, like, something is bound to go wrong. It's like a talent, like, for things to go wrong or something to happen when I'm by myself. It's just a curse. Oh, and this water bottle has been in my hand the entire time. So, I went to London over the summer, like this previous summer, with my 3 friends, and for the majority of the time when we were in London, we stayed in a hostel. The hostel was in like South Kensington, I think. We all book our flights, like we're like, okay, we'll be there from a certain day to another day, and then we'll all go home on the same day. So, I arrived to London thinking, okay, we're all leaving, like, I think it's the 23rd, and then we're all leaving the 8th. Maybe 3 days before we, are, like, supposed to go home or leave, I'm like, so what day are we leaving again? Just, like, be sure, because I didn't know what day we were leaving. I just knew what day my flight was that I hadn't checked the entire time that we were there. So we all talk about it, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure I'm here for another day after that. So we check, and I think it turns out that they're all leaving on the 7th, and I'm leaving on the 8th. And then I was told that we don't have the hostel, like, we don't have the room that we're staying in for the 8th. So I don't have anywhere to, like, stay. So basically, I'm in this foreign country 3 days before I'm supposed to be in London and have no place to stay. I literally don't know how that fucking happens. So I start freaking out because I'm like, I don't even know how to book a hotel room. I don't know what to do. I'm like Googling it. I'm trying to call my parents. My parents were not fucking answering, and it was maybe like, it was 8 in the morning here, so I, like, usually they're awake by them, and I was just getting annoyed that they were, like, ignoring me, because I'm, like, in a foreign country, trying to fucking get a hold of them, panicking. I was like, how could this happen? How could I be so fucking stupid and, like, dumb to the point of where I'm in a foreign country and I'm going to have to sleep on a fucking alleyway or a park bench or, like, kill something to, like, sleep in their carcass. Like, that is what I was gonna have to do to, like, survive a night in London. Because I didn't know what else to do. I get a hold of my parents, finally, after maybe fucking, like, an hour of calling them and being like, what the fuck do I do? And they're like, hello? It's like 6 in the morning, Matt. What do you want? And I was like, hi, so I don't have anywhere to stay for the final night that I'm here because everyone's leaving a day before me. I need some fucking help. And then my dad is like, in his Irish accent, my dad is Irish. Well, what the fuck do you mean everyone is leaving a day before you? That's probably like the worst accent ever. And I was like, well, apparently I booked the wrong days and I don't have anywhere to stay my final night. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And my dad, like, pauses for a moment. He's like, oh. And then he, like, talks to my mom for he's like, we're going to put some money in your bank account. Book a hotel room for the night. You'll be fine. And then I was like, a hotel room? Like, me? Like, by myself in the hotel room? Like, unsupervised? Like, in another country? He was like, yes, Matthew, yes. He calls me Matthew. I've decided that I was gonna stay in a hotel that was connected to the airport. So I wound up leaving London. So I'm looking so hard to find, like, a place where I feel like I'm not gonna die. Like, because I didn't want to stay in a shitty hotel by myself. I wind up staying at this hotel. So I finally find this like nice decent hotel that I don't feel like I'm gonna get fucking murdered or like someone come in and inject me with heroin and put me in a bathtub full of ice cubes and like steal my organs and like sell them on the black market. So I found a hotel that doesn't feel like that. So maybe the day of I wake up, I wind up going to the airport with my friends, walking them to their gates. So it's like 10 a.m. at this point. So I go to the hotel early to see if I can get like an early check-in. So I go up to the desk and I'm like, hey, is it possible for me to like check in early? The lady looks at me. She picks up the phone, presses some buttons. Like I give her my name and she goes, is blah 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 room ready? Like I gotta pick which hotel room I got. She's like nodding. She's like, okay. She hangs up the phone, and in her British ass accent, I've never had this happen to me before, but also I've never checked into a hotel room by myself before. She looks at me, and in her British accent goes, your room is ready, but there's an additional £250 early check-in fee. And I was like, hell fucking no, I'm not gonna pay that shit! What the fuck is this? I just wanted to be in my hotel room early so I can like lay down and take a nap because it's 11 a.m. and I'd been traveling for like maybe 40 minutes and my little body is like... I'm like, never mind, I'll just wait in the lobby. And this lobby literally has like 2 chairs in it. And I sit in one of the chairs and I literally plop my little ass there. And I'm like, well, I can't even connect to the Wi-Fi because they can't give it to me. I mean, they probably would have given me the password, but I just didn't feel like asking for it. So I was gonna originally sit there for the entire time of like 5 hours because my check-in was at like 4 or 3 or some like really late time. I sit there for maybe like 10 minutes and then I'm like, oh, I'll go get some lunch and then come back. I wind up going to this like really weird like upstairs, like not actually upstairs, like a bar, like fish and chips place. And I had been to Brighton the day before and those fish and chips were fucking nasty. Like at the restaurant that I went to in the airport, those were fucking nasty. Y'all need to step up your fish and chip game because the ones in Brighton, oh my god, they're amazing. The fish and chips in Brighton, if you are ever in Brighton, get some fucking fish and chips. They're so fucking good. You're literally gonna fucking nut. That is how fucking good the fish and chips in Brighton are. So, I get my shitty fish and chips. I leave this guy a really good tip because I'm like, you know, I'm in a foreign country. Whatever. He was cute. I was like, cool. Like, I'm chilling. So, I give him the tip and I go. So, I walk my happy ass, like, unfortunately filled with a bad deep fried fish. I sit and I wait. And I wait for maybe fucking 3 hours. And while that entire time is happening, the fucking lady that checks people in is just staring at me. But anyway, I fucking sit there for fucking 3 fucking hours. And this bitch is fucking staring at me. Fucking staring at me. And I am like, what the fuck do you want from me? What did I do to you? Like, what? I'm just sitting here. A fucking, like, 12-year-old is sitting in your lobby. Like, chill the fuck out. So I just ignore her. I, like, put my headphones in, and then I start reading my Game of Thrones book because I just bought it because they were really cheap there. So I sit there, and I painfully wait through the, like, 3 or 4 hours that I have to wait to check in. I finally check in. I get into my hotel room. I put my bag down. So I took a shower. I got dressed. After that, I took a nap. And then I was like, okay, I'm kind of hungry. I'll get some food or whatever. And then I'll come back and just like chill in there for the rest of the night. So I go downstairs. I get this like panini thing from Costa. And it was amazing. I like loved it. I got some water, I got some drinks, I took it back to my hotel room, and I just chilled in there for the rest of the night. So, like maybe a few hours go by, I plug my phone in to charge. So you need a converter, and I never actually bought one while I was there. I used my friend Paige's, who had lived there. And so the converter that I had was like 7 years old because this is how I destroyed the hotel room. So I plug my charger in and I plug it into the converter and I plug it into the wall. I plug it into my phone, and I'm just kind of sitting there reading my book while it's charging. I swear to fucking God, like, I read for like 20 minutes. It's maybe like 9 o'clock at night at this point. I like kind of like jerk to like move over, and like I kind of, and I mean kind of, like slightly, like kind of slightly, maybe a little bit, fucking turn, and out of the corner of my eye where my phone is plugged in, I see a fucking spark and a little of smoke. Just, and I'm like, great. The one night that I am here by myself in a foreign country, I managed to do something wrong. I didn't notice until later that night. It was maybe midnight when I was like, I'm gonna make some tea because I'm obnoxious and I like do things at weird times. So I go to make tea, so I put water, and I didn't have a lot of water. All I had was like water bottles because I didn't trust the tap water. And I plug it in, and I turn it on, and I'm like, it's not working. Like usually like there's like a light or like you can like hear it being made. But like I like waited for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, this outlet must be like faulty or whatever. Maybe I just did it wrong, I don't know. So I moved it right to the bedstand, and I plugged it in there, and I tried it, and it didn't work. And then I eventually went to the bathroom to see if those were working, and those outlets weren't working. And I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, maybe it's like the pot that's like not working. And first of all, I didn't mention this before, but I had the air conditioner blasting. I like it so cold. And like, it was a really hot day in London, so the air conditioner felt so nice. And I kind of realized, oh, the air conditioner isn't on anymore. Like, I didn't turn it off. Like, what the heck? And then I look at the TV, try and turn it on to like see if it was working. I was like, nothing's working, and I can't plug my phone in. And I was just like, oh, this is really weird. Like, did I do that? And then I told myself no. I told myself I didn't do that. It was just like something wrong with the like hotel or something. And I wind up just ignoring it and like going to sleep and like just like pretending it didn't happen. And the hotel room got decently hot through the night, but it was fine. Like, I could bear it. And I wound up waking super early, checking out at like 8 in the morning. My flight was at like 11, and just kind of like sitting in the airport because I didn't want to be in that hotel room because I broke it. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Comment if you've ever done anything similar like this, or you've been in a foreign country and you've like destroyed your hotel room. But that's it for today's video. Also subscribe, leave likes, leave comments, and I'll see you all really soon. Because this is hopefully going up on Saturday or Sunday.